Hey guys, Mrs. Thomason here for another Danielian lesson. Today we're going to be working on page 86 in our Danielian book, and we will be learning the letter F. So this is the last of our brand new letters for a little while, and this is the last of our letters for a little while that look completely different than our print letters. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you will open your book to page 86. Let me pull up mine. We are looking at the letter F. There we go. Cursive F does not look like manuscript F. Begin cursive F with an uphill stroke. Trace and write the letter. All right, letter F is actually one of my favorites. I think it is super fun. It's very swirly, and it takes up lots of space, which I think is really cool. So what we will notice first is that we're going to make the shape of an L. So hopefully we all remember how to make our L. We're going to start our F with that exact same shape. But instead of stopping at the red line, we're going to continue down and loop. And this is the exact same loop we made on our letter Q. So we're kind of taking the top of our L and the bottom of our Q. And for some reason, when we add that together, that makes a cursive F. L, keep going, back up, out. Just like I said when we were learning Q, one of the most important things about this shape is that when we go down, we don't cross over. We need this tail to come back out this direction so that we can continue writing and connecting letters. So we can't loop around like you would with a G or a Y because our loop would take us backwards. Remember on that L shape, that bubble, that loop stays above the dotted line. And my bottom loop, my bottom circle, is going all the way down to the bottom blue line. So this shape goes from the blue line on the top to the blue line on the bottom. It is very, very long. Up, down, up, out. And hopefully we're also remembering that this loop kind of sticks between the bottom blue and the bottom red. So for example, don't do this. You see how big my loop is? We want a tiny loop just like we were making with our letter Q. Tiny loop between the dotted and the top blue. Tiny loop between the bottom blue and the red. And then we've got a little tail, and we kind of know by now that the only reason we have a tail is because we'll normally keep writing onto our next letter. 1, 2, up, tail. Top loop, bottom loop, touch, tail. Top loop, bottom loop, touch, tail. Once you get the hang of this letter, it is so much fun. Fancy fins on fish. All right, the F is at the beginning of every single one of these words, so we will be connecting that tail to another letter. So we're going to get a chance to start our F the way we just practiced above, and we'll see how our tail might change a little bit depending on the second letter. F, A, N, up and over, back around, up and over, Y shape. Top loop, bottom loop. Go straight into the I, up, down. My N has 2 humps, and now we get to practice our S again before dotting our I. Fancy fins on 1, 2. Top loop, bottom loop, up, down. S goes to the dotted line. Remember, we need a point. We go back to where we started before we trace it and come right back out so that we can connect to the next letter. Let's try it again. We start at the red line. My L shape, my loop stays above the dotted, straight down to the bottom blue. Touch the red, come out into your A, N, C, up and over, Y. Top loop, bottom loop, touch the red, go straight into your I, 1, 2. Our S needs a point at the top. We touch where we started and come right back out. Dot your I. O, 1, 2. Remember O-N we talked about it the other day. This counts as one of your humps on your N. So O-N, sometimes N looks a little different depending on what letter it's coming from. F, red, and straight to the I, S, H. That was a tricky one. We had lots of F's and lots of S's. All right, friends, 5 different fish. I see 4 different F's for us to practice. I see an R that we just did the last time. I see an S. I see a V, which we learned not too long ago either. So we've got lots of new stuff all coming together. 5 different fish. All right, let's go for it. We're going to start at the red line before making my L shape. Instead of stopping, we'll continue to that bottom blue, touch at the red, up, down, over hill. And our V in cursive does not have a point at the bottom. We don't want to see a point. It should look more like a U shape. Up and over, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. Top loop, bottom loop, top loop, bottom loop. E, blue line, little line, loop. 1, 2. Let's go back and take care of our dot and our cross. Different. That was a tricky word, different. Fish. Point. Back to where we started. The loop on the H stays above the dotted, just like with our L and our F. Dot the I. All right, let's wrap this up. We're going to have to take our time, especially with that middle word different. That is tricky. F, I. Over hill, our V loops around. Side stroke E. Up and over. I. Top loop, bottom loop. The tail will go right into top loop, bottom loop. E. Here comes that R. Dotted blue, little line. Swoop. 1 hump, 2 hump, T. I. Cross the T. Start at the red line. Above the dotted is the top loop. Continuing to the bottom blue, touch at the red, I, point on the top, back to where we started, H, dot the I. If you need more practice with this, this is a great time to erase and retry. Grab a slate, grab a scrap piece of paper. Try just writing a bunch of F's in a row. Try your R's, try your S's. They get easier the more our hands get a chance to practice. Next time I see you guys, we will also be talking about joining side stroke letters. So we won't be learning a brand new letter. So this would be a great time to kind of take a break and practice a little bit more with the letters we've already learned and anything that's been tricky for you so far. I look forward to seeing your page 86 get turned in.